Good evening. Hello, Johnny boy. Anyway, we've gone live, but for anyone who's been waiting, thank you for waiting. This has been a really unusual start to our podcast this week because we've had a lot of technical issues, but we're just going to get into it. I'm just going to play a bit of a jingle and then get into it, really. Let's just crack on. There you go.
Love that. We're here now.
Yeah, we are here now. Apologies for anyone who was expecting our live to go live at 9 o'clock, because we were, but I had some serious internet issues literally 30 seconds before we were due to go live. But we're here. We are back. It's episode 60 of the Groove Junction. John, how are you, sir, and what have you been up to?
Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you, mate. I weren't overly busy. I had Friday night off, which was nice. I'm quite getting used to these Friday nights off, actually, to be fair. I'm quite liking them. Saturday, I had a 30th birthday party, which was pretty cool, in a local pub. Only a small, so about 50, 60 people. I had like the most random random thing come up to me. She said, one of the girls come up to me, she said, "Can you turn your lights down?" I said, "What do you mean turn them down?" She said, "Can you dim them?" She said, "They're too bright." And I said, "Well, they're only on 50%. She said, "No, it's far too bright." And what it wasn't my lights. It was the light up numbers. They had little like 3 and a 0, 30. They just literally lit up the whole. So I will unplug them. We unplugged them. Done. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was that. That was
unusual that they expect you to think that it's your lights that was the issue, and then you've done some problem solving and have worked out that it was actually
that problem solving, pulling out a plug, turn it off and switch it back on again. Yeah, no, it is what it is. I mean, they do kick out a lot of light, don't they? These light up numbers, they really do.
Oh, they do. I hate them.
Yeah, I'm not overstruck on them. They're a nice little addition, but yeah, they flood the dance floor.
I would say, actually, when I had one recently and someone was bringing them in fact, it was the 50th I did, was it last week? Yeah, last week. And they said to me, we've got some number letters things. And I was like, I absolutely hate them. They're just so bright. They're just pointless, to be honest. Yeah. They look good for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, good for a picture, and that's probably about it, really.
Yeah.
You
So, I mean, ultimately, because of how late we've started with this, I feel it. I'm all over the shop. We've not done the rundown, which is sponsored by Pro Mobile Magazine. So, thank you, Pro Mobile Magazine, for doing the rundown. We just went straight into what you've been up to.
Which is the rundown.
Which is the rundown. And if you're not subscribed to the Pro Mobile Magazine, you can always subscribe to the Pro Mobile Magazine by using our discount code, which is Groove PM Sub. And then once you use that wonderful little discount code, then you can get a nice little copy of the magazine. In fact, I haven't got my magazine in front of me, which is bad of me, really, because I should have shown it off a little bit more. But yes,
this one.
Have you got yours there?
Of course, I've got mine. I think
so there it is.
We're still in it. I think we're getting pushed back further and further to the back of the thing, but we're on page 33. 33 now.
Oh, okay. Nice little advert of us on page 33.
But this is cover to cover info. It's great stuff. Gear Junkie, everything in there. Love, great,
excellent. So, in relation to what I've been up to,
shall we show? Okay, we'll just jump into. We won't worry about the rest of what I've done. We'll just jump straight into you, shall we?
Sorry, I thought you'd finished, John.
Well, no, you did. Well, you sort of bounced all over the place this evening.
I mean, to be honest, this is a bit of a car crash, if I'm honest.
Hey, it's not. We've got plenty of people on YouTube that are watching us, and they're keen supporters. Yeah, we've got loads of people on the. Yeah, mate, we've got about 20 people watching us.
Get out of town.
Okay, let me read you some people off then, all right? Because you don't believe me, all right? So, all the way from America, we've got DJ Sean Solo. He's in.
Right.
Clarity, Sound, and Lighting
Where are you reading this?
on the live chat on the YouTube live chat. Can you not see it? I'm doing it on my phone, to be fair. So let me just go through some names while you find it. DJ Baxter, Reese Hall,
Right.
Clarity, Sound, and Lighting, the guest bedroom mix. Oh, Johnny B is a good friend of mine. I like him. I need to reach out to him as it goes.
Okay.
Diary of a DJ, TJ, Funky T, Mega Inflatables,
Oh my word.
DJ Gary C. Who else? Lee Knights. Yeah, no, good old Lee. I like Lee. I've had many conversations with Lee on the phone. Gary, Scott Dewin. Scott Dewin's in. Yeah. I'm not reading all their messages, to be fair, because Terron's in. Like Terron Murray. Love Terron. He's lovely.
Yeah, Terron's in.
DJ John Lowe's in.
Yeah.
John sounds slightly louder than Matty F. That's because he's got a bigger mouth.
Okay. I like my volume a little bit more then. Shall I drop his down? Maybe that might work.
DJ Baxter, thanks for the shout. I'm gonna read some of these messages out shortly.
Yeah, do that.
We'll come back to that one in a minute. But
whilst you carry on with what you do. I'm so pleased that people are watching.
Mate,
but anyway.
Yeah, there's about 15, 20 people on, so which is great stuff. Yeah, so very quickly then, Sunday, I did a kids party. Now, I do a lot of kids parties, but this was like my first kids party since like July, since the schools broke up. And it was it was a joint 7-year-old party. And it was great, all lights up, confetti cannons, we had like plenty of mess, screaming, shouting, singing, dancing, great. We had adults involved, great. And it was good because, when you have a break from doing something like the kids' party stuff, I mean, it's quite, my parties are quite intense. They're quite, very much, on the dance floor with the kids, messing about, dancing.
You are 100%.
100%.
All straight through. You're like, you're full tilt, 100% on all of your kids' parties.
Yeah, all the way through. And it was good because at the end, there were a number of parents that come up to me and said, look, we've got to book you. Can we have a card? So give out a card. I also use my plaques as well. So I've got a couple of new followers on my Instagram, which was pretty cool. Yeah. And I do, and it is worth pointing this out actually, because I found this out on Saturday night. I had the Instagram cards out and someone said, can I book you? I said, just tap on here sort of thing. This takes my Instagram page. But because I've got the Equinox Mark II booth, which is made of metal, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Good tip.
All right. So if you I know you've got your podium stand, which is wooden, and it works, which is fine. I tried it, and it does. If you've got the Mark II booth that's got, or any booth that's metal, and you put these plaques on the RFDI, no, it's not. What's it called? The NFT. That's the one.
NFC. Yeah.
That's the one. It won't work. So there you go. There's a tip for you. So you'll either have to hold it up to them, hand it to them, or have it on a non-metallic surface.
Okay,
nice. There you go.
Good tip. Good.
Yeah, and that was me. And then obviously we're here now.
We are.
So what about you? What you've been up to? Come on.
I'm just trying to catch up a little bit. I feel a little bit at sea with massive internet issues my end. But yeah, show must go on as always. And this is a bit of a sneak peek behind the curtain in relation to what we get up to. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be in a position to edit any of this because it's live, because that's what it's all about. So John gets to say a lot more.
Swearing.
Yeah, John gets to say a lot more than what he would normally.
I think it is worth pointing out, right, that when we do record our, podcasts on a Monday, we're usually recording for about, I don't know, probably 3.5 hours. And then when the edit comes out on a Friday, he's cut me all out and we're down to 45 minutes.
Yeah, because you speak a load of toddle, to be honest, but it's great here. We're going to get into some from chat in a minute and see what's happening on live chat as well. But in relation to me, what did I do? So Friday, drove all the way up to Liverpool and did silent disco in Liverpool Cathedral, 2,000 people. It was absolutely packed. Really, really busy night. Really good show. We really put it on. Lighting looked really good. Big shout out to the Boom Group who do all the production side of what we do. It looked stunning. It really did look really. I think it looked better than when we did it back in March. Apologies, John,
Really?
we were in March, but yeah, it looked really good.
It looked better because I wasn't on the stage. That's probably why.
Now, I'm pleased you said that, and that's another reason.
I'm just getting in there before you do.
Yeah, that's another reason why I had Sophie and Maggie on with me on Friday up in Liverpool. So that was really good. I would say we went out for a few little drinks afterwards. I got a little bit intoxicated in Liverpool. Had a good night. Felt a little bit worse for wear the next day, and then came back down south Saturday and did a freshers night at Hearts Uni, their wrap up party, freshers week.
Nice.
And they had a live PA, which was Young T and Bugsy. So if you're into that urban thing, really nice guys, actually, really nice guys. But yeah, so they did a half an hour set. Yeah, so it was all good, man. It was a really busy weekend.
Love
so
that.
yeah, that was.
So I just want to go back. Just it's not really. It's not. No. Well, I remember. Just whilst I remember, you know when you do a gig and you look forward to, you're so excited about something. It could be anything, right? So Saturday night, I've been busy all day. I've had nothing to eat. I packed the gig finished at 11:30. Car's loaded by 12 o'clock latest. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to have myself a cheeky little McDonald's on the way home because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
24-hour drive-through McDonald's in Chelmsford. Drove up to the window. He went, "I'm sorry, we're not serving." I said, "What do you mean? You're 24 hours? You're 24/7." He went, "Till shut down at midnight." I said, "Well, for how long?" He went, "About half hour, 45 minutes." I went, "Is that for all of your McDonald's?" And he went, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, it ain't 24/7 then, is it?"
I don't think it's midnight though. I think it's like 1 a.m. in the morning. I think they do it. I don't think they do it at midnight.
Well, it was definitely it must have been midnight because I was there at just gone midnight.
Yeah, I think it might be putting it there. Listen, I'm not getting into the technicals behind why
Mate,
they do it.
I was beside myself, mate. Beside myself. I was so excited for it. Taken away from me just like that.
Well, I went. Time we finished drinking, we went to a few bars in Liverpool, and then we walked back to the accommodation, and we stopped off at a kebab shop. And trust me, I'm not one for having a kebab, but yes, we had a kebab, and yeah, once again, that just added to the pain that I felt the next morning with a very heavy head.
Hanging like a bat, were you?
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, enough said about that. But thank you, Mobile Magazine, for sponsoring the rundown. Normally we get a little break in where we have a little cut, but we're just going to keep rolling with it, John. Big shout out to everyone that's mentioning or dropping some chat in the comments. We're gonna have a little bit of a chat in a minute and start having some discussions, and it'd be really interesting to see what people think. Talking about discussions, last week we talked, and if you haven't listened to episode 59 last week, we did have a very good chat about gatekeeping, the industry and money, and also highlighting to the consumer, our customers, actually what we do and all the other bits and pieces that go on around the back side of before we've even turned up and plugged everything in and pressed play. And I think that educational piece, we need to be better as a community, and behind the scenes videos and all of that sort of stuff, which I know some of the people, especially some of the people that are online watching us tonight on the live, do. But we as a collective community from a mobile side need to be a little bit more key into this, because without us doing the stuff on social media about, we're having meetings at very late at night, we are putting all of our equipment away, bringing it out, putting it away, bringing it out, putting it away, playlists in the middle of the night, creating cables, all this stuff that we mentioned last week. If we don't highlight this to the end consumer, they are going to always have that, "Oh, you just turn up and press play." And that's not what we need, because people need to understand that there's a lot more that go into that. And our prices, which is what it comes down to, our prices need to reflect that, basically. That's what we talked about last week, and there was a lot of comments from people. I had quite a few comments directed to me in my DMs from a number of countries, actually, from a few people that reached out, which, you know, surprised me a little bit, because in the back of my mind, even though I know when we do all of our podcasts, we know we've got a very healthy reach across many different countries. But it was interesting to hear the same from Australia, Canada, and America, that it's still very much that same process, that people don't actually fully understand what we do. So yeah, it was a good little chat, and I'm pleased we had it, because the comments that we got were really good. And saying that, I can see some comments jumping in already. So we've got a comment here. Gatekeeping is a massive regional thing. Can't see it. So many guys are fearful of losing work by helping upcoming or fellow DJs share the knowledge, networking rules. Totally agree.
100%. Totally agree.
Totally agree with that one. Who else we got here? Scott's online as well tonight. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what people think about that from a mobile. I know we've got some DJs, club DJs in here as well tonight, but from a mobile perspective, it'd be interesting to see what people are saying around that. John Green, Dynamic Entertainments, welcome on board tonight. Thank you very much for joining the live. Clarity, sound and lighting, there is plenty of work for everyone. Absolutely agree 100% to that. Gatekeep are the old school guys that don't move on with the times. Yeah, totally agree with that as well. But there is still a lot of those old guys out there that are doing that.
Do you think we talk about gatekeeping and all of that? I mean, and I think we touched on it last week. You know, so do you think that like certain DJs will not pass on what they do at a party through fear that someone else is gonna, you know, take their idea, right? Now, I think the people that do that, right, they're usually the people that give it, you know, I'm better than anybody else. I think I'm top of my game, this, that, the other, and that's why I'm not going to share anything. But then I think that the people that are not sharing these things see these other people around them as a threat. You know, they're going to take my business type of thing, you know. But like we've just said, there is so much work out there. You know,
I would agree. Well, I definitely think probably people are doing that. And the reason why I would counter argue against why they should be a little bit more open about that is purely, as an industry, if we are all doing that, we are all going to get the same price. If you're doing that and you don't want to share that, and you are costing it at a price, this is the price. By not sharing that information, no one else can do that. So then that DJ is coming in at a lower price, which is ultimately meaning that DJ is gonna, because the consumer is gonna go look at the price and go, well, I'm gonna go with that DJ.
Yeah.
I would say that potentially, because people aren't sharing that and saying what they're doing at those events, then you are probably having that knock-on effect with people going, well, I'll go for that DJ that's not as pricey as that, because I don't know what they're doing, if that makes sense. Does that?
That does. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah. I think you're right. But then I think I'm right as well.
You always think that you're right, John. But it'll be interesting once the old thing catches up. So yeah, old school DJs have so much knowledge to pass on. And there's something. This keeps scrolling through really quickly.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. God, I'm trying to look at this and talk at the same time. I just multitasking at its very best.
We should do one each. So Sean Solo, he's I've been showing the way he works for the past 5 years, getting a second wind and networking with other DJs and passing on my 25 years of knowledge. High five that man. Love that.
High fives, great stuff. What we got here?
That's a very good comment. Haribo 1980, right? Haribo, I reckon. I reckon. What do you reckon? I'll buy sweets off of them.
You buy a lot of sweets from Haribo, but carry on. Go on, what's Haribo saying?
So Haribo, clubs will need personalities over top tunes. I think they come hand in hand, to be fair. I think the personality and the tunes come hand in hand, if I'm honest. I mean, you can go to a club and bang out all the latest tunes and remixes and mashups and edits and all of that. And it could just fall onto a, sort of deaf ears. But you put your little spin of personality on. I mean, you're very good on the mic, Matt. You're always engaging with your crowd. And it is, we both do it on the silent discos. That's kind of what we have to do. And I think personality is a big thing as well. Definitely.
I think John Green has mentioned John's. I've been speaking to John quite a lot recently. Actually, he's down in Cornwall, and he said just try and make yourself individual in your approach. Don't try and be the same as others. People buy different cars for different reasons. Same with us. I can recommend a bit. I think it's a big set of balls. What I refers to, he's got some very large mirror balls that he uses. You might have seen that on previous shows. But yes, thank you, John, for that comment. I get that. I think everyone can be individual, but ultimately, you drive a car and the car's got four wheels, unless you've got a Robin Reliant, and there's not many of those around. So you are going to do the same thing anyway. Yes, I think there is some individuality that comes with that in the sense of how you perform and your mic skills in particular and how you interact on a professional level with customers will obviously speak out. But in relation to what you're doing at your events, I think the counter argument that I've just come up with is that if we're not all on the same page, then you are going to get this difference in pricing across the country as well as regional. It's going to happen. It was a good chat that we had around it last week. And we're still getting comments about it now. Which is great to hear. I want to, as we've just talked about John down in Cornwall, we had a conversation on Instagram last night actually about CRMs, which is something else I wanted to touch on because I've made the decision that I'm going to jump away from Studio Ninja, which I've been using for the last couple of years, and I'm going to jump on board with Planning Beats. Now I've reached out to Dan. Dan's been on the show and quite a while back now, and talked about Planning Beats and his creation and how he's got this CRM to where it is, and it is very DJ related. It's very DJ relatable. And it's for the end consumer in the sense of them booking us as DJs and the events and everything that we run. So I like what I was sort of holding back a little bit to see how the development was going with Planning Beats. But the more and more I look at it now, I'm thinking, I think I'm going to move into that space. And also, my subscription with Studio Ninja is about to end, so this is sort of come at a good time from that point of view.
I mean, I use Studio Ninja as well. And before Studio Ninja, I didn't have any CRM. I was like, Word and Excel. And for me, Studio Ninja works for me. I've tailored it to work for me. So I'll probably just stick where I am, to be fair. I'll wait to still Planning Beats come out. I mean, we have spoken to Dan in depth about Planning Beats on air here on the podcast and like off air as well. And it's an amazing platform. I mean, some of the stuff that he can do for you is amazing, and I do believe that I will jump over to it, in the future. Just not right now. I mean, that's something we could put, in the comments on the chat there. Who's using a CRM? Are any of you using a CRM? Your old school diary, paper. Let us know in the comments, and we'll circle back round to that shortly.
I know. Well, obviously, speaking to John over the weekend, he's looking to get on board with Planning Beats. Clarity Sound and Lighting, who are online as well, they're going to start using Planning Beats. DJ Sean Solo, what's Planning Beats? I think John's just explained that, but that's probably the delay from what we're seeing from the chat. But what else we got? I don't know about them really till you two spoke about it. Oh, okay. That's John. John, don't worry. We're going to see you on Saturday, so we can have another chat about that.
We'll have a little chat, John. Is this the John Lowe that you reckon that me and him standing next to each other are like the Mitchell brothers? Is that right?
Yeah.
Is this the John? Isn't it?
100%. And
Right. Okay.
there will be photographic evidence this weekend, which I will share with the community in relation to, and you can argue who's Grant and who's Phil. And what we could do is do a vote on it. But the fact that you're both called John and you both spell it exactly the same.
Does he spell it Jon as well?
Yes.
That's because we're both lazy and we're lazy. We just didn't want to put the H in.
Okay.
Another letter.
DJ Gary C from Oxford, he's also said planning DJ event planner. He's moving on to planning beats. Clarity sound and lighting. He was saying I was looking at joining Studio Nimber, but I'm now waiting on planning beats. Yep, totally agree.
Yep, fair play to you.
And the most recent comment I've seen there is from Mr. John Lowe, who's saying that he's Grant. I don't think so.
Oh, right. So are you saying I'm the short fat one? Is that what you're saying?
I think it's the other way around. Let's see how it goes.
Roll on Saturday. That's what I say.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And also, I'm not DJing it. I'm coming up to support my DJ team. I'm also putting in the selfie pod into Sheffield Cathedral because I need the cash.
Yes.
But yes, I'll be up there supporting you, John and Sophie.
Supporting me? You're my driver.
Well, that's true. Yeah, got to do that as well. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Johns in this chat, actually, to be fair tonight. But yes, so where were we? I forgot where we were. We were talking about CRMs, weren't we?
My mate Boney Tony's just dropped in. I'm pretty sure he was based in Basildon. Boney Tony. I like Tony. How you doing, Tony? There we go.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking CRMs. Now, if people really aren't dialed into CRMs changed the way I was doing things 2 years ago massively. Sped up processes, sending out emails without me having to do anything. Once I've set the whole thing up and put the workflows in, it just did absolutely everything that I needed it to do, and it saved admin wise 100%. The only thing that I always continue, and I still do continue to do with Studio Ninja currently, is that when a customer comes in and gives or provides what they want, the timings, venue, location, all of that sort of stuff, I will then tailor their invoice, their quote to them, rather than it being a click of a button and it just goes out. I will tailor it so it's a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do the same with quotes. I've got a lot of things automated on mine, so when it first comes in, there's an email that goes out that acknowledges it. But things like the quotes I do myself, because as you say, they might be slightly different. You may have been to that venue before, so the quote may be different or whatever. But the other processes of sending out a follow-up email, invoice reminders, receipts, all that, that's all automated. I don't have to do anything for that. I think a CRM system, whether it be whichever one it be, it does take a lot of pressure off us. We're planning ahead. What do I need to take? What gear do I need to take? What's the loading like? Is it upstairs? Is it downstairs? How far away? And then you've got the admin side of it on top of that as well. But the CRM does take a huge amount of that pressure away from you. It's changed the way I do things for sure.
No, it did massively, and it was a real bonus for me. I can see in the comments something else we want to talk about, and this is actually something we decided we were going to talk about on this show because it was hot news. So we'd already recorded episode 59, and then 2 days later the news came out that Spotify was now integrating itself into Serato, Rekordbox, DJ algorithm. Was there any more? Can't think if there was any more DJ platforms that it was on.
DJ Pro. DJ Pro is algorithm, isn't it?
Yeah. So, Sean Solo is throwing it in the mix. I want to throw in the topic about Spotify integration. It doesn't surprise me that Spotify have done this. Now, I don't know if people know this, but probably I would probably go around saying 10 years ago, Spotify was already being used, and you could use Spotify within the DJ Pro algorithm, DJ Pro software for DJs. And then they pulled the plug on it. Probably about probably 2-3 years ago after they'd launched with algorithm. However, then Tidal then took the space and moved into what Spotify were doing, and everyone jumped on that, and Tidal went on all platforms, or all DJ software. And obviously, not so long ago, probably 4 or 5 months ago, I would say, Apple Music then launched itself into all of the software, and so it doesn't surprise me that Serato, Spotify have jumped into this as well and moved into that space. Now, what does that mean? Now, I would say that all of them, whether it's Spotify, Tidal, or Apple Music, they do all the same thing. So it doesn't really. You're either going to take your subscription with one company, or you're going to take the subscription with another company. They're all going to have millions and millions of records within their pool that you can tap into.
Yeah. I mean, I use Tidal, and I'll be honest, to date, I don't think there's never been a song that I've searched for that it has not got. And I use it, and I love it. I can create playlists on my on my computer here in the office, and then just go out to a gig, log in, and it's there and it's done. What with Apple and Amazon, they're all on there as well now. So there are DJs out there that solely rely on like streaming platforms to do their DJing. Personally, I think that's a bit of a risk.
I think it's a massive risk.
Well, I mean, even I mean, but there's a couple of cathedrals that we doing that you just cannot get an internet signal.
Well, there is that.
You just can't, and you kind of think, oh, you are chucking a bit of a, taking a bit of a risk there. It is a bit of a risk, but each to their own. Each to their own. I was just reading a comment as well. Go on.
Yeah, a comment jumped out at me going, who said it? God, the comments are going really quickly. It's really interesting because somebody mentioned about that DJs always poo-pooed the streaming platforms,
Mm-hmm.
going, "Oh, you shouldn't be using streaming platforms." The streaming platforms, to be honest, are really, really good now. You think with the from a standalone controller, I don't know, everyone hasn't got the Alpha Theta AZ or the Omnis Duo. Is it the Omnis Duo? Yeah, I think the Omnis Duo as well, and the Opus Quad as well. They've all got these streaming platforms embedded into them, into their software now, and you can get them on them rather than you having to even connect a laptop to the controller.
Most of them, well, these standalone controllers, I mean, you don't want to be hooking up a laptop to it, so they need to be embedded in. So,
and if you move it even into the new space of the the CDJ 3000Xs, they've got Tidal on there.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because one of the comments, where did I see it? Something about people wouldn't go over to, years ago, people were like, skeptical about going over to using laptops from like, vinyl and CDs. But look where we are now. Everyone's using laptops. Now we've got to the stage where people are, ditching the laptop and going standalone and streaming platforms, and that sort of thing as well. So it's this industry is constantly evolving. There's something new happening. I mean, years ago, take a look at lighting. You had to wait 30 minutes, an hour for the lights to cool down before you could even put them away. Back in the day when you had like proper bulbs. Now everything's LED, just pop it straight in the bulb bag and off you go. Cabling, we've got wireless dongles now. There's none of that, daisy chaining and cabling and all that. We even do wireless speakers now, wireless lighting, DMX light. The industry has evolved so much.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I mean, there will come a time where everything will be standalone, I think. or AI.
think,
Probably AI,
think,
to be fair. We won't even be
oh God,
needed.
not even go down that road yet. I mean, the only thing I would say in relation to the streaming platforms, and in particular, what I liked about when I was using DJ Pro and using Tidal on there, and Clarity Sound and Lighting have jumped on there and said it about it as well, that you can actually pay for a stems package built in with the Tidal side of things. So you can stream or use that software, and you can use it on the fly stems from that point of view. So you're not having to download or do stem work in the background and then take it on standalones and other bits and pieces. Stems, and we've mentioned it on this podcast many times, stems are only as powerful as your laptop. So ultimately, at this moment in time, for standalone DJs that are just plugging a USB into a standalone controller, you're not going to be in a position to be able to do the stems unless you're downloading acapellas and other bits and pieces and doing a lot of work behind. But Clarity Sound and Lighting brought up the fact that with Tidal and their subscription, you buy the additional bolt on and you can do stems, and I loved that. But when I came away, because I brought the AZ, I'm not doing that anymore. Yes, the argument is you can plug a laptop in and do that on Recordbox or Serato and do stems by paying for it. But to be honest, why do I want the additional laptop on the side of a massive controller that's got everything on the screen in front of me? I'm only taking it purely for stems, which I just don't think's necessary, to be honest. Bradley James Mobo Events has gone. Being honest, I pay £20 per month for Tidal, and I hate using it. If you heavily rely on streaming platforms to get through a night, are you in the right job? Controversial, I would say.
It is great as a backup. I mean, I don't really. I mean, Bradley, if you don't, do you use Tidal? First of all, it says you're paying £20 a month. Do you actually use it? I think more for myself and probably a few other DJs that Tidal's a backup. If you haven't got it, because you're going to get someone, with today's day and age, you've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, you've got YouTube. I mean, kids are coming up to me asking for tracks I've never even heard of. They're massive in America, but they're not, they've heard it on YouTube or whatever. So I think that, the Tidal for me is a backup. One of the other things I say, when I first moved over from CDs, so I was using CDJs over to like digital, I always had a CDJ 800 on the side, all plugged in, ready to go, a backup CD in place just in case anything went wrong. Because one of the things that stopped me going over to laptop and digital was, well, what if the laptop crashes? Yeah, the list CD, okay, the CD might skip and it might jump or whatever, but, it's not the end of the world. But, yeah, so I know that someone on here was just saying that they have a backup, they have a hard copy. I can't see where the comments gone now. It's going quite fast, this comments page. I wasn't expecting this. This tonight, if I'm honest.
Guest Bedroom Mix, he or she has said you can get all the specialist 12-inch mixes on these streaming platforms because I was always unsure. So I've been happily paying for a record pool platform recently.
Yeah, well done, Johnny B. Well done, my man.
Yeah, good stuff there. Scott Dewing is on because Clarkson Farm has finished. Brilliant. He's locked in. Thank you for joining us now that Clarkson's Farm has ended. Yeah, so obviously Spotify came on and they've now gone live with all of their stuff. So it'd be interesting to see, has anyone moved away from Tidal or Apple from a streaming, if you're using streaming platforms already, has anyone moved away from that and have gone into Spotify because they had a Spotify account or vice versa? Be interesting to know.
So if you've got, like with your Spotify, I don't know the answer to this. This is what I'm putting out there. So with Spotify, you got the free version of Spotify, and then you got the premium that you pay for, which I think was like £12 a month or whatever it is. So if you've only got the free version, can you still stream? But do you get the adverts?
Probably.
That'd be interesting. I don't know the answers. That's why
I don't know. I don't know the
because I'm
answer
just
to that.
thinking like so because and it's another subscription to pay out each month. So, if you don't want to pay out the subscription, you're using the free version. If you're halfway through playing, you've got the love, and then all of a sudden you've got an advert coming in for like a Ford Focus or something like that. Yeah, it's not very professional, is it?
No, it was. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be the way forward, and the fact that Alpha Theta have just made their CGJ 3000Xs, it's built in Tidal into that now. So I don't see it being long before they end up putting in some very, very powerful chips into their systems where stems can be used on standalone consoles. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
Clarity Sound Lighting are sticking with Tidal, and the guest bedroom mix. Johnny B said, "Yes, you still get the ads." So that's interesting.
Yeah, and Sean Teller said, "I've heard you can't use the free versions; you have to pay for premium."
Okay, that's something worth checking out. Yeah,
Gary's saying the same thing down in Oxford.
yeah,
So you got Sean Solo in America telling us that you can't use a free version, and then in Oxford you got Gary saying that it's premium only. I love this.
Good. Right, there we go. So it doesn't support the free version of Spotify. Brilliant. Well, there you go. There's another question answered. Oh, this live is just going swimmingly well.
It's
Swimmingly well.
your question. As we just touched on the CDJ 3000X, because obviously that's launched. Be interested to see if anyone that's in our chat at this moment in time have actually seen it in its real format rather than online or on YouTube videos. But my freshers gig that I did at Hearts Uni, they had two rooms. So the DJ that was doing the first room, he was running late, and that was the warm up room for me, of course. He was doing the the warm up room. So because he was running late, they asked me to go in there, and they had CDJ 2000s, and I was like, oh, okay. So I started playing for about 45 minutes on these CDJ 2000s. I know, and then when he got there, I sort of unplugged all my stuff, took my USB, and then I went upstairs to the main room, and then went onto the stage where everything was set up, and they had CGJ 3000s there. But because I'd been using the 2000s for a good 40 minutes, I then went upstairs and I looked at these 3000s compared to what I'd just been playing around with downstairs. They looked absolutely massive, and I had to think. I actually looked at him going, "Are these 3000s?" And I had to look. Oh no, they're not. They're just 3000s because the screen was so big compared to the screen of the 2000s against the 3000s. I thought I was looking at the 3000Xs, but I wasn't. That's a shame. But yeah, I don't know why I even mentioned that. That was just something just popped in my head. I felt that I needed to.
So they're a lot of money. They're a lot of money.
Are they?
And I'm what, the 3000Xs? Yeah, they're well loads of money. You've ordered some, haven't you?
No, don't start.
I bet you have. You're just keeping it quiet.
Don't start.
And then you're going to give it. Oh, I got it in a Boxing Day sale.
I might get one. Might just get one. Anyway,
just the one. Go on.
Yeah. Listen, I know we started late on this live tonight, but we're going to probably give it another 10 more minutes because I know some people have got to get up for work in the mornings, and I'm one of those people, and so is John. But yeah, John, what have you got coming up?
Actually, I've got quite a busy one actually this week as it goes. So Thursday, I'm actually doing a quiz night. I've never actually hosted a quiz night before. But every year I do a charity do for the Charlotte Adams Memorial Fund. Now, normally they have a big ball, 150, 200 people, sit down meal, background music, an act, and me DJing. And this year they're not doing it for, I don't know why they're not doing it, but they're doing a quiz night instead. And they said, look, would you host it? So yeah, sure, no, I'll do it. I've been doing this event for many, many years. And they've sent me all the questions and everything. So I did say to them, make sure you send me the questions because I'm not very bright. And if there's any long words in there, I've got to learn them. I can't do it on the fly. So,
Stop putting yourself down.
Sorry?
Stop putting yourself down.
Oh, but that one is a free one. I am doing that one for free. It's going to cost them lemonade. They've got to give me some lemonade.
You do it free every time, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I do it for every time. Well, that's Thursday. Friday, 2 school discos back to back.
Okay.
Saturday, Sheffield.
Yes.
Which I'm quite looking forward to, actually, because I'm on the Green Channel, and I don't do the Green Channel very often. So
No,
I'm
there's
quite
a
looking
reason.
forward. Yeah, well, we're going to find out on Saturday.
Why do you think I'm coming to sit there and watch?
Oh, you actually come and sit there and spy on me then? Is that what it is?
Not just you.
Not just me. Okay. Yeah, I'm not worried. I've worked with you. I've worked by your side for like nearly 2 years now. Anyway,
Other than Saturday?
Saturday is Sheffield. Keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said
And then
other than
Sunday.
Saturday.
Oh, sorry. And then Sunday, I have a kids' party in Hertfordshire.
Okay, nice.
What about you, Matt? What are you up to?
So Thursday I got corporate. So if you're listening to the podcast that's available on Friday, because I know we're doing this live, but if anyone listens to it again on Friday, you're mad because it's been a complete car crash in my opinion.
It hasn't been that bad.
Thursday I've got a corporate gig on Thursday night. Friday night I've got a 14th birthday party, and then Saturday. I'm just supporting my DJ team up in Sheffield.
Mate, we've gone from supporting, watching, spying. How many more words do you want to pull out of your little back pocket?
Listen, I just got to keep you on your toes. Just got to keep you on the back toes. Yes, Mr. John Lowe, I'm looking at you on the comments as well. Yeah, don't you worry.
We'll come back to the. I'll come back to the comments in a minute.
I can flick between the channels and make sure that you're all doing what you should be doing. Because some people like to go rogue. Just saying. Got to keep everyone on the toes. Anyway, yeah, that's what I've got up to. You want to finish some last comments before we?
Yeah, sure. Sure. I don't think many times have we said that these podcasts are not scripted, and tonight is evident of that. But the thing is, I mean, this is raw. This is how it is. We've got loads of friends and supporters on the chat here, which is fantastic. John Lowe spying on me. Then no, mate, he's spying on me. It's all right. I get it. It's all right. And if I don't, the problem is if I mess up, I've got like a 3-hour journey home of getting my ear chewed off. So I've got.
I just won't talk to you on the way home.
I'll just go to sleep then. Right, let's go. Let's go back to this. I don't think.
A big shout out to Lucy Frame. Got to bounce past my bedtime. Yeah, that's my sister. Everyone down in Exeter. Good night.
Oh, night, Lucy. Make sure it's a correct assessment that you gave to Mr. Fox. No, lost me on that one. Lost on that one. Right, very quickly. Any last comments on the chat because we're gonna wrap it up in just a second.
Dun, dun. Oh,
sent the wife to sleep.
You've sent my wife to sleep. Okay.
See, we have the power of the podcast.
Another moderator has just handled this. I don't know what that meant. Was that you? Did you click that? I don't know what it came up.
I didn't even know I was a moderator.
No, nor do I.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but yes. Apologies that we've put your wife to sleep. Or is that a good thing? I don't know, Dion, to be honest. But yeah, it's been an interesting podcast. This is not one of our normal ones. We decided to do a live because people were saying do a live, so we have. Yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. But yes, thank you for joining us for this week's podcast. I don't know what else to really say. This isn't gone the way I originally planned it. To
be fair, I mean, we got on before 9 o'clock and we checked everything was working. And Matt said, right, have your last vape and your last sip of drink because we're going live in 5 seconds, and that is when when all the problems happen. So, I mean, would you do another one, Matt? Would you do another live? I think I've quite enjoyed it, to be fair. I think it's been quite good about bouncing around. I think it's been quite good.
Yeah, no, it's good. I think, look, listen, at the end of the day, look, we've done 60 episodes. This is episode 60 of the podcast. Maybe we should do it as a bolt-on, I would suggest, rather than actually the podcast itself. But, I'm open to it. Let's see what...
Let's put it out there to everyone. you don't have to reply now, but drop us a message, you know, in the week, you DM, you got our email addresses, or drop us a DMs or whatever. Let us know. Do you want us to do another one? You know, maybe in a, you know, quarterly, something like that. You know, we can't do it every week because I don't think Matt's nerves will take it every week.
No, I mean, Dion said it's do a month. I like the idea of doing one a month. That's good. And
We can do
get
one a month.
engagement from you guys, and we can talk about what's current and what you want to talk about. Yeah, so yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that. But as always, listen, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for joining. Look, it's just come up 10:15 in the evening. If you're listening to the podcast on Friday, once it's dropped live, thank you for listening. Sorry you couldn't make the live, but next time, come to the live, get engaged, get on the chat, have a chat, meet other people. We've had Sean Solo from America. We've had all you guys from the UK on there, from north, south, and everywhere in between.
New Zealand was on there as well. New Zealand was on there earlier.
We really appreciate the support. We really appreciate the love. We've been doing it for 60 weeks now, back to back. So, and we're still going strong, which is great. As always, subscribe to this channel, firstly, because we've not got enough subscribers on our YouTube channel. So go and subscribe to us on the YouTube. That'd be great. And then also from that, just follow us on Instagram as well for any updates that we've got coming up as well. As always, my name's DJ Matty F. His name's DJ John Colley. We are the Groove Junction, which is supported by Wolf Mix, as his poster says up there. We appreciate the support that they give us. We appreciate the support that Pro Mobile give us. And ultimately, we support or love the support that the DJ community have given this podcast. And that's why we do this every week. And we will continue to do that. So thank you. Been a pleasure as always. We will see you same time, same place next week on the Groove Junction. Take care.
Be safe. Be lucky.
See you, everyone.